Yesterday at night, I saw a picture of very many opposition MPs who lost their seat, who had gone to visit General Kaguta Museveni in State House. And I was shocked because I saw names who sometimes I couldn't believe that they won. In fact, the picture I'm showing you is this one. You clearly see the former Member of Parliament for Kawempe North, the former member, that is Latif Sebagala, his brother Antege Sebagala, the former Member of Parliament from Maokota South, and I think Buvuma. And it took us by surprise. Okay? Because very many people, the reason is why very many opposition politicians fear to associate with General Kaguta Museveni is one. Okay? One. Normally, people come out to say that it is okay, like in other countries like Kenya, opposition leaders meet the president to see how the country is faring. Yes. Kenya's political landscape is far more different than what we have. In Uganda, where right now deputy party leaders are in jail, 3 deputy party leaders. In Uganda, where police kills people on short range. In Uganda, where there is forceful disappearance, you cannot then come out to associate with the government to see how the country is faring when the government is stepping on your neck. The difference between Uganda and Kenya is, Kenya, they may have a political contest, but they don't have an authoritarian where the army kills, abducts opposition leaders. So they have a space for them to work together. I normally hear people come out to say, why doesn't the opposition work together? It cannot be when you have your foot on my neck. It's the reason why when an opposition leader is seen by General Kaguta Museveni, it becomes a topic. Okay? It is the truth. Because General Museveni does not believe in dialogue. Even when he wants dialogue, a forceful dialogue. It's the reason why even to appear in iPod, it is forceful. It was hinged on the political party funding, a constitutional right, by the way, in the New World Order. So for them, they want to associate with the opposition because of the funding. And to make the case scenario once, when one of the persons, Nsibambi, was asked the reason as to why he went there, he gave frivolous reasons, which I want to talk about in this video. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the opposition figures visiting General Kaguta Museveni, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, among the very many people who came out to confirm without fear of favor is the former Maokota Member of Parliament, Yusuf Nsibambi. But he gave out frivolous reasons, which I don't believe these people were, because in politics, nothing done by mistake. Why is that after them losing, they are going to General Kaguta Museveni? It means that maybe they are looking out for something for their stomachs, not actually the things they portray here on camera. In fact, when the NDBS journalist asked him, here's what he said. I want you to listen very carefully because it's going to form a base for a discussion. Here's the tape.
Nina yakulembeddemu bannabafuzi bana bali ku ludda Uganda government ogenda okusinkana President Museveni. Simulala ye Yusuf Nsibambi mbaka Parliament wa Maokota South ate ye nampala wa FDC mu Parliament. Honorable tugenda kutandikira gwakulembeddemu banno okugenda mu State House okusinkana President. Tunyonyoleko ebikwata ku nsikana eno ky'ekyabatote wa President.
Basebo ne banyaba abatulaba njogedde ne President emirundi egisukka mwena neyo yakalulu bukyakaggwa gwe Burundi ogwasoose kituufu twasinkanye President ne bannabyabufuzi n'abantu abakulu mu ggwanga 17 era obutambi bulagako batono abamu tebasobodde kubeera mu butambi ndowooza olw'akatengo oba olw'essanyu eringi. Ensinkano eno yabadde mu State House Entebbe. President yatuwadde essaawa ezisukka mu 2 ekitabangawo ebbanga lyonna limulabye tetumulabangako emirundi eddakiika eziwera 4. Twabadde basanyufu kubanga ensonga ze twayanjiza yaziwuliriza. Ekisinga obukulu kye tubadde ne president ebbanga lyonna n'oluvannyuma akalulu twagala emirembe n'obukkakkamu, peace and reconciliation. Era gurupu eno tulimu abantu abasukka 10 amawanga ag'enjawulo n'okusinga ddala wano mu Buganda, n'abakulembeze ab'eddiini. Era ebbanga lyonna twayogera n'akakiiko akakulira abakulembeze b'eddiini, Inter-Religious Council, akakulemberwa Oweekitiibwa His Grace Archbishop Mugalu abadde azimbye n'ayogera n'abantu ab'enjawulo.
Honorable olw'obudde tutudde ku nsonga oba ku kinyusi kyennyini ekya meeting eno, ongambye nti mwayogeddeko ku nsonga y'aba political.
So, first of all, the first issue Nsibambi is talking about is that they talked about peace and reconciliation. If you see a person who is not on the forefront of fighting for freedoms, because right now the biggest party that is attacked is NUP, a person who was on the periphery coming out to say that they talked about peace and reconciliation, you clearly smell something, most especially after losing out. Those are the same reasons that were said by Mao. What has he done? Almost 3 years down. He's now engaging to be speaker, but of course is negotiating to be a cabinet minister. So these people, most especially the opposition, in my opinion, I think they are just positioning themselves for something from General Kaguta Museveni. But let's continue with what he was saying.
Ekituufu ensonga eno yabadde ku mwanjo nnyo mu meeting eno.
Era ku mwanjo namba emu yabadde abaana abato president balowooza nti bamenyi b'amateeka naye babuzaabuziddwa. Ffe tulowooza nti tusobola okwogera. Era abaana abo kiri ku agenda, president talina mutawaana kubata, naye beetaaga yasabye ffe abakulira oludda oluvuganya tubabudeebude gye bayita rehabilitation. Ekyo kiri ku mwanjo sebo.
So munaaba budaabuda butya ng'ate bakyali mu kkomera.
Anti kati ekyo kyekigenda bagenda kufa kuba president yagambye ye talina buyinza butabusi bantu kubata nga tebanaba kusalirwa gye bayita amnesty. Naye n'agamba nti waliwo kye bayita pre-bargaining. Bwe baba basuubula okujja ne bagamba nti twakola ensobi, ate omwabi wa gavumenti DPP ayinza okufuna mu fayiro ezimu n'abannabyabufuzi ab'enjawulo ne twogera naye tasobola kubata buti nti bagende.
So first of all, Nsibambi is also coming out to say that political prisoners, General Museveni told them that those political prisoners should come out and acknowledge that they did a mistake. For me, I know many of the political prisoners. The reasons why they're in jail, many of them it's for political reasons, not that they committed something wrong. For Nsibambi coming out to say that they must come out and accept that they did something wrong, it is so ironic. And he's a lawyer. One of the things that we Ugandans should not compromise is our rights. They cannot, I pray hard that I don't reach in that scenario, but you cannot tell me that you can force me to accept that I killed someone so that you can give me a presidential pardon when I've never killed that person. Do you know what it means that by government giving you amnesty means that if they tell you that you have to confirm that maybe you killed people, maybe you led a demonstration, maybe you led a coup for government to forgive you. And it has a ripple effect in your life. It has a ripple effect. You are not even allowed to stand for any office. Okay? Okay? So it is bad for government to force someone because you want to release them to accept crimes they never committed. Okay? So for me, I'm not a firm believer. I'm not a firm believer of saying that you must force me to accept doing something bad that I never did so that you can forgive me. That is a no-go zone. So these people are just positioning themselves to get something from General Kaguta Museveni. The moment I heard that statement, it's the same statement which was made by Minister Balam telling some of the political prisoners that they should accept. First of all, being in prison is not an honor. I feel bad that these people have taken 5 years in prison. But it only shows that the government has incompetence. They are using the criminal justice system. How can a person be on remand for 5 years without being tried? And now you want to tell him to accept the charges. It only points towards a bad governance. And history will be terrible to the NR regime for practicing such things. Let's continue with Nsibambi.
Honorable Kyagulanyi Robert Kosa n'ensonga ya Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi mwajogeddeko ne President.
Ate twayogedde ku Kyagulanyi kubanga ensonga ye tugiraba ne tetunaba gitegeera ya kibiina ekya NUP. Basobola ogireetanga aba NUP. Naye gye nayogeddeko kya Mwanga Kivumbi ne ngamba nagendayo ne ndaba amasasi ye President agamba nti yakumakuma abantu babajje ebweru ne musaba nti senga kisoboka yandibadde atekawo gye bayita inquest ne babuuliriza abantu wansi kye bagamba. Naye kye nayogedde nange kyogera nti bannamateeka abo balungi nnyo. Medadi namusomesa musajja mugezi n'abo bonna nabasomesa. Naye engeri gye bakikuttemu bakifudde kyabufuzi. Wadde kya byabufuzi ng'ate oli ataddewo amateeka tayinza kugamba nti omuntu afulume. Ate omusango bamuteekeddeko munene. Nze mbasaba bakakkane baddeko emabega bateeke emitwe wansi tutambuze okwogera kubanga okwogera tekina mutawaana. Israel yayogera ne Hamas, Amerika abadde egenda kuba Iran baliwo manyi kati boogera. Ffe tujjawo okwogera tugamba kulwana tolina nakasaale onoogenda musaba okuloga kikitegeera.
So are you hearing the statements of criminal Nsibambi? Is not even is condoning what the government is doing indirectly. We are not in a contest of fighting, in a contest of ideas, just that one party is being belligerent, attacks the opposition, beats them, jails them. And now we are saying that we must go kneel for the party that is jailing us. I may not believe in compromise. Compromise may only come if we threaten power and we sit on the table when all of us have something to lose. The moment you compromise yourself when someone is still stepping on your neck is going to even dust you. It will even be more rogue. Compromise even is talking about Iran and United States. The reasons why they sit on a table that even Iran threatens American interest in the Gulf nation. The last time when Israel attacked Iran, Iran also attacked Israel. In fact, very many years had passed without Israel getting the same attacks. It even attacked the airbase of the United States of America, so it threatened Americans' interest. If we cannot threaten General Museveni's presidency, and you go there and compromise your liberty, you are gone. Just as Norbert Mao went, because he compromised something very crucial. So I don't believe in Yusuf Nsibambi. He's just only positioning himself for the next position. He's the same guy who even came out to say that he took away the electricity from the constituency ambulance. He's a bitter loser, coming out to lecture us about compromise and human rights. Okay? And for me, whenever I hear such statements, I feel bad. You cannot tell me that a person who comes in my house beats me. You want me to go and kneel for him to compromise my liberty. I must fight back. I keep on telling Ugandans that human rights and civil liberties are not given. They are fought for. Even when they are meeting between the two opposing parties, they must first threaten each other's existence so that they sit on the table to get something new. We've not yet threatened General Kaguta Museveni's presidency. And when I talk about threatening, I don't mean rebel, but threatening that you are taking away power from him, that he's losing power, either through democratic means or otherwise. So I don't believe in Nsibambi's rhetoric. They are just positioning themselves for something new. Of course, it's my opinion. Many is truly Mr. Makindi, Kavi Sulaiman Margaret. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.